Hey all, you are back with Off the Rails. Look, my brain is already off the rails with Candace and Christina. I wanted to start with a quote today by one of my favorite authors, John Green. John and Hank Green, if you do not watch their videos, poor Candace gets to hear about them all the time. Did you even know about them before I brought them up?
I
100
don't think
billion
so.
times?
Maybe a little bit of YouTube, but not like
Not like I do. Like,
no, not like I know them deeply now.
now. Hank Green, one of the reasons I love both of them is because they share what they go through and they're always so candid and so real. I like your coffee cup. Yeah, I like that. And John Green loves football, like European football, soccer. And his quote was, "I don't need you to love football. I only need you to love something that brings you together with others whose love is pointing in the same direction." And I really love that. So I just wanted to share before we started sharing today. Like, that just hit, right? Because that's what we're trying to do.
That is what we're doing. I love that. That was a lovely opener.
Yeah, thank you.
Well done, man.
Thank you, John Green. Yay, John Green.
Of course. Yeah. Bring it back.
So you wanted to start today with kind of a sort of introduction, talking about ourselves.
Yeah, I'm not good at like talking about myself, and I was thinking about ways for those who are interested to get to know us. And so I thought we could do like questions and things in the morning, just like one question, like your cute little quote. And I thought today I would say, like, what are your signs? Like, what's your rising? What's your moon? Let the people get to know you, Christina.
Yeah, no, you get to go first.
Oh, okay. I'm a Capricornus. Everything has to be complicated. I'm right on the cusp, and I always resonate with both. And sometimes if I'm reading a horoscope that says like, oh, do this off your sun sign, and the Capricorn doesn't fully hit, I go jump to the Aquarius, and it's always right on if not. And then I am a Gemini moon, and a lot of duality there too. And then I'm a Pisces rising.
Pisces rising, what does that mean for you since you have a Pisces daughter?
No, Aquarius daughter.
Why do I always think that she's Pisces? It's
because she seems, she's emotional. She seems so flowy, but actually she's air. And she, you know what, probably we got to go look at her rising. Because she seems, she presents herself as a water sign. And I think I do too. Excuse me.
You present yourself as a water sign?
People either pick up as water or fire. Most commonly fire, like actually. Fire.
Yeah. See, mine is simple. I'm looking up.
We're going for Delilah. So my daughters decided we're calling her Delilah on this. So little Delilah. Hey there, Delilah.
Oh yeah. Okay. I'll be able to remember that now. What is her rising? Where is this? So her sun's Aquarius, moon is Leo. We got some fire there.
Spicy, yeah.
As for Cancer, yes, she is water.
Yeah, I can just I can feel it, but that's also how she comes off. Yeah, she presents herself like a freaking water sign. Yeah.
This is also why I love astrology, because it is okay. So when I first started going into astrology, like, you can pick up a newspaper. We're talking about the 80s, people, all right? Like a newspaper. Who picks up
Bring it back for those of you who don't know what a newspaper is.
Yeah. So I used to pick up the newspaper and like look at my horoscope. That is one of my favorite things to do, you know, and because this is the only place you could get it. And it just was so lovely when it did resonate, but it didn't hurt my feelings if it didn't. Like, I didn't care. Like, I knew scientifically, how can me, you, and Brian are all Capricorns. How can me, you, and Brian all have the same day? You know,
it's even more fucking funny, and I talk about this all the time. So Christina and Brian both have the same birthday, literally. And I was like, oh, I found, how did I find two of them? Just the odds of that it's just wow. And both of you guys are my best friends. And it's just very unusual. Yeah.
We got January 9th birthdays. So astrology just excites me, but it is the entire horoscope. Paul still calls it, my hubby still calls it the horoscope. So when I'm telling him, hey, I'm looking at my astrology, he's like, what does your horoscope say today? Because a lot of times it does give you, like, it's like, gird your loins, you know,
Oh,
you're gonna, this should not surprise you.
I know.
My big three are pretty much all the same, which is funny. I have Capricorn, Sun, definitely love to work, love being fucking sarcastic, love working. I will work until the cows come home. I'll work after the cows come home. Like, what do we need to do with the cows? I will also wash the cows and milk the cows, whatever. Like, I'll
What do
do
the cows need?
the whole thing.
And
Even
you're really dating us today.
well, me.
Well, I'm roped in with you, so you're doing the whole thing right now.
Okay, you're welcome. Oh, I should have worn my sweater. It matches yours. I like that. Capricorn is very, 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 we're workaholics. We really are. And what's funny is people get confused because they think that our values are different. We just really appreciate a hard day's work. Like, really appreciate it. So what's weird is I'm a Taurus rising, which I think people feel very earthy. Like, I like feeling comfy. I do love to eat, but I almost kind of think that that's kind of I want to call it a misnomer. I don't think that's the right word. It's almost kind of a weird thing for Tauruses. We just love comfy everything.
Well, definitely food though. That's definitely a Taurus trait.
Yeah, I just think it's comfy. Give me a comfy blanket any freaking day.
Yeah, but you'll take like a PB&J, but like if you could, you would take the whatever,
and bougie.
Yeah, it's got to be bomb. You're not just eating like plain bowl of cereal. I'm not saying you won't, but you would take the meal that's been seasoned and loved and prepped over. Oh yeah.
It's kind of nice though, being able to appreciate a bowl of cereal. Raisin Bran is my favorite right now. Being able to appreciate a bowl of cereal as much as I do lobster or whatever. Mm-hmm. I popcorn. Like, I love it.
I think those are all comfort things.
Yes.
It's either okay. Maybe we're getting deeper on this. It's either comfort or bougie.
Or bougie.
Yeah. But if it ain't hitting that comfort spot for you, it's not going to be on the list.
I lied. I have a different sweatshirt. I mean, it's still awesome.
I think it's still Walmart.
Yeah, I love it.
Yeah, I have one like that. What's funny is I almost wore my mushroom one. It says like have a good trip or something, and it's came with those ones. They were all in the same section. They're kind of bleached out.
Love.
Shit, I almost wore that today. We'll do that tomorrow then, ma'am.
Speaking of comfort, like these, I used to have this Walmart thing in my head, like the clothes aren't as good or whatever. The shorts that I have from Walmart have lasted so long. These sweaters are so comfortable. I'm just getting that mentality out of I don't have to go to like Nordstrom, not that I shop at Nordstrom anyway, to be comfortable. This is my comfort level. My shirt today says lucky mama. Paul also got this for me from Walmart. It's soft and comfy. So Capricorn, Taurus, the only one that's a little fiery is Sag. I'm a Sag moon, but Sagittarius, those motherfuckers are spicy, but like sarcastic. Like, I am fiery. I can super be fiery, but I would rather tell a joke.
Wait, say Sag moon. Sorry to interrupt you. Sag moon, female traits, because you got to do female as well. Mischievous, fun to be around, impulsive.
Fun.
All the fun. I get all the fun. Yeah.
I just love. But if you're in an argument with me, I will just fucking drop a joke. Like, what are we doing here? Like, or 80s lyrics. 80s lyrics. They're my favorite. So impulsivity though, I think my Taurus kind of keeps me, maybe it's the Capricorn too, a little more grounded.
Taurus for sure too.
Yeah.
Such a grounded sign.
Yeah, I don't know. I have a lot that do you want to start with what we stopped with yesterday? I got so much.
Oh yeah, I gotta finish reading that. I forgot. I should finish reading that thing,
Yeah,
that message, because
I got,
it's recent. We got to get this out too.
yeah.
Okay. You were asked to connect to the worlds beyond Earth. That's when I was like, if you don't like aliens, anyways. So they can help us and give us proper help, or so that, yeah, they can help us and give us proper help. For those who are among the open candidates, this alchemic mutation is most unpleasant, especially if you have blocked the process by following certain practices. Don't worry, you'll be able to go through the mesh, and a positive pattern will allow you to make this mutation without clutter. I love that she said go through the mesh, because one of the meditations that I've been doing is you're pulling this mesh up over your body like a filter
Oh yeah.
around you, and it catches all the funk, and you throw it to your higher self. They transmute it into positive good juju and put it all back in your body where it was meant to go, and it naturally goes back where it's meant to. That's what that makes me think of. Oh, it's so good. It feels so good.
Mesh also doesn't feel like, I mean, unless you watch horror movies, and we're talking about, I'll think about it in a minute. There's this one horror movie where I'm so sorry. I'll come back to it. I know you don't even like horror movies. I bet you Brian would know. He would know. It just feels, again, comfy. Like the sun is raising our vibration, the earth is raising our vibration, like we're raising our vibration, and it is hard, but also we're just getting all that gunk out so we can change without being fucking obliterated.
That was such a mindful and lovely just metaphor and way to think about that.
Okay. Thanks.
That was lovely. You really do. Some girl the other day in one of our groups said how lovely the way it is, your imagery is now is because, no, really, truly, it's lovely. You got some really good metaphors.
Who said that?
Someone in one of the groups.
You?
No, you were, no. I mean, yes, I say it, but no, it was some other lady you were doing a reading for. And you were, describing what you're seeing. She was talking about the rainbow. And you were like, oh, you said something like, oh, I'm seeing rainbows and da-da-da. And I'm not going to drop her name. I remember who it is, though. And she was really feeling the vibe of that.
Love that. Yeah. Okay. Let's talk. Oh, no. Finish.
Let's derail. Man.
Already.
Okay. This connection is requested to star seeds, but also to other communities. I love this part. The 4 elements are in the connection phase, which will allow the chosen perfect new spiritual abilities.
I love that.
Be aware. Oh, no, there's one more. There's like this much more. Sorry. Be aware. It's high time to make that change. Divine love and your divine destiny must align, but on condition to open your heart so that love, happiness, joy, she says love again, balance and harmony become one. I wish you a very happy day. Namaste, Crystal Eagle. And this was again on 3/3/2024.
I love that.
But she's right. And that's what was so cool about that channeling class I took. I don't know if I should name drop. Is that a thing? Do we do that? Maybe not.
Do it. I mean, I think she would appreciate it. Yeah, do it.
Yeah, you're right. With Janet Whitner. Best fucking class I have ever
really
taken. I mean, it was worth every bit of energy and energy exchange and every minute of my time. In fact, I'm retaking it because it's so good. But it was all about, it was channeling development, but it was all about opening your fucking heart. And that is raising the frequency. And she said that, our heart chakras, she checked everybody's in the class was saying that our higher heart chakras were already open. And I'd known this. But after doing this class and how often I'm tuning in and checking in and feeling it out and making sure that I'm receptive, it is such a thing. And I didn't know. Man.
I love that. I love also that, like, I am just starting. You're really good about feeling your chakras. I'm just starting to feel it out. But that was going to be my thing. Speaking of that rainbow imagery, I feel like even though I can't see the images, close my eyes and see them, I'm getting better at seeing images, just faster. There's only one that threw me off last night was a lot, I don't know. One girl went to do a reading, but then something happened and I had already started doing a reading for her. And then I had to like pull back weirdly and then go ahead and go for the other girl. So that took me a second, and really good readers are able to do that. And I was like,
oh, don't do that.
Okay, okay. I didn't mean
no.
I didn't mean that I'm not a really good reader. I'm saying maybe
more practice, more seasoned, but maybe not even, you know?
Yeah, that's true. That's true. But it seems like practiced readers can go from one person to the next, but normally there is a little bit of space in between.
Yeah, and they take up, have you noticed they always take a pause minute too? We do a lot of these groups and practices, and they take a minute to get the impressions itself. I literally just got what I would call images for the first time last night, thinking about the baby. Nice. I was like, I'm going to connect to the baby, and I still don't know what was happening, but I was getting all of these images of him and I, it sounds so weird, as chimpanzees.
Oh my God.
They were chimps.
Yes.
Oh my God. It was like, yeah, I had to, because I was like, I cannot forget this. I cannot though. It's like ingrained in my memory. Like there's one and I'm doing his little back and his little furs. And then I was like, are we sure it's chimps? And they like turn and look at me and it was just like monkey face. I was like, whoa, okay. I know a chimp's not a monkey. But it was all chimps. And then he's like, you know, he keeps eating this cord.
Yeah.
There was an image of him just eating the cord. And I was like, we were fucking monkeys together at one point. What the fuck?
I love that.
How wild is that?
Also, that could mean that you guys have had multiple lives, or that was your last life, or who the fuck knows, because time is not linear.
So it could be happening right now. It felt so, if I had to guess, I would say it's right now, which is so weird. Also, I asked, I was like, well, because I've told you this forever, that my vibe and feeling is that we've been on other planets together. And like that resonates so deeply with my son and I. And so I asked right afterwards at the end, I was like, what about like us being, ET somewhere? And then all I saw was the face of a Lemurian, just like a quick boop, but that wasn't the important thing. Because these other chimpanzee photos I was getting, I've never had that. It was so fucking cool.
Love that.
Yeah, I love that for you. It was so cool.
Was it, were the pictures, were you like able to close your eyes and see them? Were you going to sleep?
I was going to sleep. I was doing a little meditation thing, but I wasn't doing a walkthrough one. Like it wasn't doing anything for me. I was like kind of busy last night. The energy's been busy. Yeah. And so for the first time ever, it was new routine with the kids. They were both already asleep. Yeah, I just wasn't very settled. I'm excited about this. Who knows what else? So, but yeah, it was busy energy last night. I'm getting a pull for that. And it has been busy. So that's also doing stuff. But yeah, I was listening to someone talk. I wasn't doing the walkthrough though. And I was trying to do meditation music and whatever. And yeah, my eyes were closed and I was just like, I felt him next to me and I was like, oh, I'm going to connect to Caden. And then I just getting these, I mean, they were clear as day. Nice. I mean, it would be like if I was showing you fucking pictures of it.
Yeah.
Especially the one when I'm doing his little back. I mean, it felt like simultaneous. It felt, I want to say like tandem.
Yeah.
The word I want to use. It's like congruent right now. I don't know how, I don't have an answer for that.
Hypnagogic state.
No. I mean,
being here and there at the same time.
Yeah, that okay. You get stuck on infinity. I get stuck on
parallel lives.
The timelines. Yeah, congruent, parallel. Like I know time is not linear. Okay, so this is where I start like splitting my brain apart. So there's different parts of my soul all throughout the universe dimension right now, different because there's different consciousness. Is it different pieces of soul? Are we all still, I know we're all still one. Okay, wait, maybe it's not just me because we are all source. Okay, so it's just different lives. Oh God. But I'm only able to see it because I'm connected to my baby.
Yes. I love that.
Wow, that was gnarly.
Isn't that great okay, because that's the first place I went. We're connected to source, and all of us, even you and I, are the same.
Yeah.
We're the same. He and I are
Yeah.
the same.
Yeah.
But because we're conscious, we cannot not live linearly. We wouldn't be able to understand. We would be source if we didn't live linearly.
Right.
You know?
Right.
Oh, being able,
Source without ego. Yeah.
yeah. So being
Yeah.
able to see that, hey, I actually am in this other consciousness with this kid at this time. You know, you were with Kate, you were with Delia too. Woo, man, that's gonna take me a minute.
Totally. I told you there's a block there with her though. I still have a block. It's starting to lift.
Yeah.
Thank the gods, because that's so heavy for me. I don't know what it is. But sometimes there's a block there. It's some resistance. And I know we talked about this possible really fucked up people past life that her and I had that Christina was able to get an impression on. Or apparently I was like an older brother figure and I was not digging her vibe and I unalived her. So that's,
I forgot about that. Yeah.
Oh my God. How could I?
Yeah.
In a apple orchard.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sneaky buried the body. Jesus. How am I gonna? Let me remind you, I will never forget that.
I know you didn't, and Jesus. Now I have it back in me, but like my whole body was like,
not cool. So, but I hear you through that, and that could totally be something that I can. That's probably the unexplainable part. But there's another part that I can feel that's going to become tangible, and I'm probably just not there yet. But I can. Sorry, my throat today. But I can feel it.
I love that.
I'm going to be able to get it. I just don't know what it is.
This reminds me of, so I like to go to a lot of Awkwardly Zen on Meetup. They have, my favorite is their Tuesday meeting. It's just so relaxing. It's perfect timing for me.
Wait, what's on Tuesday?
Just their normal spiritual chat.
Okay.
Normal spiritual chat. And we were talking about, oh my gosh, what in the hell were we talking about? Okay, so I have emotions basically. So I have a lot of childhood trauma, but we weren't talking about trauma. We were talking about how we perceive that trauma through our lives and through other people, right? So because I am the way I am, I took my trauma and I'm like, okay, there has to be good in everybody. There has to be good in everybody. Like I just see beauty in everybody. You think that I would learn. I got hurt so many times, but I don't, and maybe I'm not supposed to in this life. I'm supposed to know that everybody is light and love, right? Everybody is light and love, no matter where your vibration is. You just can't see it right now. That's okay. So what I think I figured out was that my trust issues are the opposite way. So you know how if somebody hurts you, you put up a block? Like, here's a boundary, motherfucker. We're not doing this again. I did the opposite. I got so hurt that all I want to do is connect and love and care and cherish everybody I meet. But the problem is, then you start hearing, this morning I use the example of Abraham Lincoln because he's easy and I don't know him, right? So you hear about how Abraham Lincoln got into the Civil War. Please don't yell at me if I'm wrong. I'm pretty sure that's right. And I'm like, Abe, if Paul watches this, he'll be like, oh my God.
You're gonna get ripped apart in a second.
I know. Let me give you all the history for all of time because you got one thing wrong.
We will update the facts in the captions. Not just
okay. No, Brian can. Brian can. There you go.
Yeah.
So, but you look at what Abraham did to get into the war, and it's like, Abe, sir. So I had him on this love and light pedestal. That's not his fault. It's my fault, right? So then I'm trusting and I'm loving, and this is a trustworthy dude. And then that pedestal falls. And I have to realize that my heroes are also human. this is a huge fucking thing for me because I did not realize that that swings back to childhood trauma. Like I did that thing. I did that
It
fucking.
all does. I swear, it
know.
all does.
Oh, but what is really weird to me is now I'm learning that everybody's human. Like we all make mistakes. You did it really good. We weren't in an argument, but you didn't agree with me, and you said, "Babe, just because we don't agree doesn't mean we're going to stop talking." I think this is the first time.
It doesn't mean I was mad at you either. We just didn't agree.
Yes. Yeah, I'm going to cry just thinking about it. This is the first time that somebody was like, "This is we're good. Like we're good." And that was a year ago. Jesus. Look. Now shush. Now what I'm curious about, this is a segue, and most people are going to be like, how the fuck did she get from here to here? Okay, I know you're going to go with me. This is all about emotion though. So when you sent me that video, are you okay with talking about meth?
Sure.
Yeah. When you sent me that video, so I have all these trust feelings, right? And then people are human, and I'm like, what? And I'm in that weird gray area of just understanding that everybody is human. But when I'm sure I have a block, because when I was watching that video, I didn't feel for her. I didn't feel for the guy. I didn't understand. Like it was almost like I disassociated I watched the whole video.
Oh boy, it's so hard to watch that video.
I had nothing.
For some context, I watched our last podcast, our first one, and I was making fun of myself, saying I look like a freaking tweaker. I'm watching my eyes. I had so much coffee. Today I'm drinking tea because I look like a nutbag. So I sent her an example of what I felt like I looked like. And it's this late. First of all, that video was horrible and hard to watch. I should not have sent that one. After I sent it, I was like, it was making me feel all these things, but it's not the feelings that I was bearing. It was, he was like following this lady around, some guy, to film her, which was so fucked up. And I've probably been on the other side of that, the one being filmed. I've got 5 or 6 years, I don't count, sober. I have so much emotion for her. They're hurting. These people are hurting, first of all.
Yeah.
But the fact that you couldn't see she looked off was very unusual. I mean, back and forth on the aisles, and she's running. She's literally running, trying to shop. I mean, you walk up, you make an assessment, you choose something. I mean, even if you have a back and forth, I stand there and I scan and I Google, and I probably look just as twacked out then as I do now. No, I don't know. But she was running up and down from back and forth to one side, and it's her movements. It's her. She's talking to herself, which also could be some mental health disorder. But I'm telling you, I have a doctorate in drug use. She was definitely on meth. Yeah, there's no question.
I was so curious about my lack of any kind of involvement, and like I don't love the term empath, but as someone that does feel other people's feelings, like the fact that I didn't feel anything was just so, and I watched the entire video. I didn't feel.
No, but that shows that. You're right. That shows that, because you always feel, I mean, for the most random.
Look, I just started crying about something that happened a year ago. Like it, or that sea lion, that fucking don't watch National.
Well, don't talk about the animal thing, but even for that gal who was spiritually trying to fake you out, that fake reader, some fake ass bench coming up trying to give you a fake ass review. We felt more for her than this. Just was like nothing. It was very confusing.
I really, really feel like, so for context, both of my parents took a lot of drugs. I don't know what kind. Like we had lines on the mirror, so I'm pretty sure that's probably cocaine. We're talking 80s again.
Probably.
Definitely marijuana for sure, because mom would blow smoke in my face and hand me joints and shit. That I remember dad would get mad at her about. I don't remember much of anything else. Mom and dad will rarely talk about this, but my uncle, who passed away 2 years ago, I just saw his name today. That's kind of like a punch in the gut. You know, the one person that was an adult and knew your parents at the time that they were fucked and they're no longer around. It's like such a huge, that sounds so selfish. Let me just,
No, because
selfish.
no, please. They understood and saw some of the fucking insanity, bro, and were able to see it from an outside perspective. They were able to empathize and understand you. There's nothing selfish about that.
And I mean, he was taking the drugs with them, let's be real, but it just was, it like he was able to tell me some things that I didn't know. I didn't see. I was too young. So I don't know what they took, but that's why emotions are so curious. Your brain is so curious to me. Random no on that coffee cup. That thing is huge.
I know. I got it. This was a thrift shop find. I had to have it. It's heavy. I love big cup. Big cup.
I love it. Anyway, so just the fact that I have to, I don't like really discussing drugs. I don't mind with you because you're safe. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But with anybody else, like even talking about gummies, like I'm not gonna take them. I mean, I had a hard time taking Excedrin until my doctor finally told me, Christina, like you have migraines, like you gotta do something to help yourself out. And I'm just like, no, it's a drug, you know.
It's so interesting that you went the opposite. It's so funny. The dichotomy here is hysterical. You had parents who used drugs, so you did the opposite. My parents did nothing, but I did all of them. I did all of them for us. It was fun.
There you go. There you go. Thanks. I appreciate that.
It's
So
just so
anyway,
interesting how we do that.
I think the trust issue thing, all of it, I think it comes into emotions, you know, and how we deal with. So I'm in a super, I love this because I'm learning more. But I am in a super gray area. We never talked about the Schumann resonance. Speaking of the earth trying to raise our vibration, I don't know anything about the Schumann resonance other than you, and for anybody that doesn't know this, it's Schumann resonance. Paul always thinks I'm saying residence. Like, well, it is the earth. We're residing on her, so fuck it. I don't care.
It's the electromagnetic frequencies
Okay.
of the earth and its current updates of that. Yes, it's SCHUMANN, resonance, like to resonate with someone. And yes, it's the current electromagnetic frequency of the earth, which is affected by many things. Yes, ma'am.
Look at that. The earth is like, bitch, can you resonate with me? Get on the same frequency.
Literally, we're raising frequency. And so the sun's always putting out different solar flares. If you Google it, it'll tell you that they don't affect us. That is not motherfucking true. Every morning I text Christina and I give her an energy update before I go check any of the shit out. And I do it, I guess, for external validation and self-validation, which I should not be doing. I am working on note to self.
That's okay though, because you also give me, you tell me how you feel, and I'm like,
I assess, I gauge it. It's just like a hypothesis every fucking day. I'm doing like an experiment, and that's so part of my brain.
3 days ago, I had the worst migraine that I've had in like 3 months. Like 3 months. And you sent me the Schumann resonance, which was, I guess, off the charts.
And I think we all had them. So if I have one, I'm already like, 50, obviously there's a likelihood that you're going to have it, but I like to try to assess my health, my grounding that day. What have I done? And then I start asking those around me and to just gauge, but I always try to check in first and see if I think it's energetic or if it's like an inner thing. Yeah. And then I ask. Yeah, I always do go ask regardless.
I like that though.
Yeah, I'm trying to gauge.
I don't pay attention until you say something.
And then check in. It's like part of my routine. I don't know why. Maybe this has something to do with like the Reiki thing too. You were saying you think I just like, I don't know. I think you're more tuned in, but you with the energy, maybe it's more natural for me. So yeah, the first thing I do when I wake up is I check. It's okay. You know what it is? It's more clear to me when I'm coming at from the more of a theta beta mindset.
Okay.
because I was just, your screen is shaking out a little bit.
Oh, that was probably me.
A little bit of glasses or something. Anyways, it's I'm coming out of being connected to source without ego. So that's when you're easier, programmable, reframing your subconscious, all those things are done because of the brain waves at the time. So it makes sense that I'm more naturally attuned, resonating with, if you will, connected to, not connected, we're always connected, but I can feel that connection with the earth at the time. So it's the first thing I do is I check in and I tune in.
Shit,
I'm already tuned in.
Practice. Because I took notes the other day, under duress, I would just like to add, about my chakras. Like, okay, this chakra feels this fucking way, I guess. like, and I wrote down one word for each one. I think one of them, I think my solar didn't have shit. Like one of them didn't have shit. Oh, it was that video. It was that video that I forgot about. That meditation video is like 15 minutes from Bashar.
Oh, man, I do so many Bashar. I can't, that's not clicking, but I've
you look at the video and you look at the symbols.
Oh, yeah, that's what I was thinking was the symbols. I should have just known that that's what we were talking about.
Yeah.
Okay, what does the symbols have to do with the chakras?
Don't you connect with the symbols as you're thinking about the chakras?
I don't know.
That's what I fucking did.
Okay. Cool. Maybe that's what you're supposed to do then. I was connecting with the symbols. Okay, now we're talking about Bashar, channeled by Daryl. If you don't know who it is, go to YouTube. Is an alien, an ET collective that Bashar channels.
What's funny,
Daryl channels.
I was resonating with Abraham Hicks for a while. Esther Hicks, who channels Abraham. And you kind of liked her, but you were like, okay. Bashar was coming in hot. I guess he's been channeling for years.
Yeah.
And both of us were like, because normally you like the more aggressive. That's not the right word, but intense.
He's blunt.
Yes.
He's very blunt, very straightforward. And it almost caught me off at first. Yeah.
Yeah.
But now both you and I are fully engulfed on that. And you want to know something so foolish, so naive of me? I didn't know that Esther was channeling.
Oh, yeah.
Well, now that I know that, I'm far more interested.
Abraham. Okay, so I think Seth was first. I don't remember. I think Seth may have been Dolores Cannon. I could be wrong with that one, though. So I think that Seth is the first one on record. And then you have Abraham Hicks, who wrote The Secret through Abraham in the 80s, I want to say, could be wrong, I don't know. Anyway, so Abraham Hicks is all about the law of attraction, but that's her main gig, and that's great. But if you want to know about the secrets of the universe, I mean, I'm sure you could ask her too, but Bashar just seems like he is talking about
just a bigger blanket.
Yeah.
The Bashar also talks about the laws of the universe, but his are, it's more blunt. He also kind of talks shit a little bit in like a I just it's way less fluffy. I really dig that and I really appreciate it, of course.
Sometimes I do like catch myself, like I'll be like, damn. Like,
I do too, but he's forward and he's had so much practice with Daryl using, well, he's not using human language, he's coming through. Yeah. So they've had so much practice together. He sounds very they sound very comfortable.
I have a level up group at 1:00 through Awkwardly Zen. So I pay $44 a month. And once a month, we just get to go in and just chat. And that is going to be my question today. Like, you can channel like Bashar. Like, what in the fuck am I doing?
Channeling source. Oh my God. Okay, we have to go back to these symbols because that's what the fuck we were talking about. Nobody knows what we're talking about. But channeling source. Yesterday, I just decided, I was like, oh, she's just channeling source. So I just said, I'm going to channel source. That's how I figured out that's how I got the images of the baby.
So
When I
that's why,
specifically said, I'm going to channel source this time.
so when I connect with the Akashic records and all that stuff, so if I want to talk to aliens, I just
Go
ask.
ahead. That's what they were trying to tell me too, Chip and Dale. These two that I was fucking talking to were trying to tell me. I was like, why are you talking to me? They're like, because you asked to.
Yeah. Okay.
Straight up. It's as basic as that.
I really think I have a block still, but talk about the symbols.
Okay, so what she was talking about and what I did was I connected to the symbols. You're supposed to do them, what's so funny is in tree pose. I think you're supposed to be in tree pose
Oh yeah,
the
I
whole
fucking
time.
didn't do that either.
I didn't do that either. I read that after and I keep rereading. It's just not an option. You're supposed to meditate on these symbols. There's symbols, you can go look them up. They're called Bashar's sacred circuitry symbols. And it says basically these symbols allow the brain to rewire itself so that it can function in accord with the shapes viewed, so that you can function more holistically about this is someone's, I think, post in Pinterest. I'm reading this glimpse. I don't have the person who wrote it. So let me get off that.
He does though. It's okay. He does. Bashar does explain them. He has multiple videos.
Oh no, this is Bashar's thing. Yeah. But he says pretty much it's an excelled way. Is that what I just said? It's an excelled way to evolve. And so there's these symbols and you can meditate with them. And they said to treat them as if they're sentient. So I was thinking about, okay, like what other non-communicative sentient options or things around me do I have? I said my plants. It's like even right now, I'm sitting with my cutest. Oh my gosh, look at her. I've got it right here. She's so pretty. Look at her face. I know it's cheaper. I kind of like this site better because it's cleaner and it's giving it neutral mom, but this is definitely more Candace.
Neutral mom. Are we going to do that? Are we going to turn our books around, Candace, now? If you start turning your books around, I'm going to be roll.
What does that mean? What does that mean?
Oh my gosh. I mean, good on you if that's what you want to do. It just freaks me out. So
what does that mean?
You take your books, right?
Oh no, no.
Yeah, I'm telling you.
No, we're not. Don't do it.
I'm just saying.
We don't need an example. Don't you do it. That's beautiful.
Here's this beautiful book.
Oh my gosh.
It's beautiful anyway. But if it doesn't match, what did you call that?
Oh my God, neutral mom.
Neutral.
Oh hell no.
All
Delilah will turn the books around on the shelf and it fucking drives me nuts.
Like this?
Yes.
She's already neutral.
Oh, I'll slap her.
I love her. She's chaotic. You should name her Loki.
That's the nickname. She chose her own nickname. Anyways, so I was thinking about how I connect with sentient things that are, don't communicate with words. And I was thinking about my plants. And so I talk to them. I tell them they're pretty. I feel them. I hang out with them. I tell them not about my day, but I kind of just talk to them.
Yeah. Anyway, long time ago, do you want me not to interrupt you? Did you have a...
Well, no, I was gonna say that's what I did with the symbols. I talked to them.
Oh, gotcha.
And then what I did do also, I asked them to talk to me. Do you have any impressions for me? Do you have any messages for me? Give me the feeling. I did do it in my chakra. I said, which chakra do you align with? Which part in the body do I need to pay attention to? Gotcha. Did I write, any of that down? No, I need to. But that's what I was talking about. Yeah.
Nice. Okay, I like that.
Go ahead.
I like that. But yeah, I started at the root and I just kind of went up as I went.
It's so intuitive. You're so intuitive. It is. It's such an intuitive move.
This is, I love our relationship. This is definitely the way to hype each other up. Like, you're awesome. No, you're awesome. No, you're awesome.
I only say it if I really mean it, though. It's so true. You're fucking rad.
It's like fucking Oprah. Everybody gets some awesome sauce. Speaking of,
this is a high vibe talk. If you don't like the vibes.
What?
I said this is a high vibe talk. So if they don't like the vibes, they don't need to be here. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and if you don't like these vibes, though, oh my gosh. Speaking of, I really like that because I keep killing all my plans. And I talk to them. I don't know what it is about this house. There's not enough light. I mean, it's storming now. But so these babies are doing, Paul got them for me in Valentine's. and like they're doing so good. I guess I shouldn't overwater them because they were still a little bit dewy today. But like I want to put them in a bigger pot. And now I'm scared, so I'm talking to them and they're so easy. They're so easy. And then I got this little baby. I'm so scared, like I don't want to kill anything.
Are you researching like lighting and plant food and watering and all the things? Yeah,
You mean you mean looking at the sticker?
like that kind of research. Yeah, something like that. Something.
You know,
they do need food too. I never feed my plants, these poor guys.
I did just learn that.
Yeah, they need nutrients and all that.
What am I thinking? Like I don't worry about the water here because to me it's just easier. If I worried about being in Louisiana, I mean, this is supposed to be the #1 cancer state in the world. Like, let's just not think about that. I'm just gonna delete it from my head. So the water, the food, everything. But so I'm watering these babies thinking that you get nutrients from the water and they need food too. So I think that's how I've been killing everybody. I've been starving my babies. They're probably frightened for their lives right now. They're probably screaming. Someone save me. And Bella likes to go up there and chew on them. So I have to watch.
Oh, they definitely don't like that.
Yeah.
And they'll remember her. Yeah, they can remember colors of shirts you've been wearing and they can remember your face. And for up to like 2 months, they'll remember if if you walked over and like ripped their leaves up, they'll remember you for up to 2 months. I think it was like 60 days.
That's funny. We had a plant that Paul wanted to dig up outside and it was growing right next to the house. And it was so big. And every time I went out there, I would go and I would touch it and I would love on it. And I swear it did that tree thing where when I went out there, it would kind of like lean down to touch me. Yeah, I swear it did. I swear again. I know we always sound crazy, but I swear it did.
I believe you.
And now it died because of the winter.
Oh.
Yeah, I know. I'm kind of sad. I really hope it comes back because he hasn't done anything with it yet. So I'm not going to remind him. You know, I hope it comes back. It's a baby. We're doing so good. Did you have anything that you wanted to talk about?
What else were we supposed to pick up from yesterday? Let's do finish closings on whatever we fucked up. So we finished on the symbols. Yesterday I had mentioned a symbol. I found it. I'm gonna try to put it in the video caption, but remember I was talking about the unconditional love symbol?
I like that. Yeah. Well, it reminds me of like a Roman, not like Roman italics. I mean, you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's giving me it's like the Irish Trinity symbol, you know, with the spiral, which it's lit. That's cool.
So I go to literature, and you go to what? Druidity, Celtic. Is that the word, druidity?
I don't know. I was just going to ask you, but I'll accept it.
Okay, good, great. Protein, is that another fucking?
That's a whole day.
Holy shit!
I guess I'm gonna have to have some before we. What?
We got 20 minutes.
All right.
Okay, so this is huge for me. Everybody is talking about protein right now. It's probably my algorithm. You know, you look at protein once and then you get 50 different fucking videos. But one lady that I really, really like, she's kind of a cheerleader type too. I've been exercising with her since I lived in Savannah. So like a good 17 years. I love this lady. She's no longer on Beachbody or whatever the hell they call it. Her name is Chalene Johnson. Just love her. When I first started exercising with her, I was overweight, not like I am now, but she was into cardio and kickboxing and just getting up and doing the thing. Chalene Johnson has a video from like 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago talking about fucking protein and how instead of doing your macros and counting every single thing and counting your calories, which is driving me nuts right now. Like it's a lot. It's a lot. And I'm still gaining weight. I'm 218 now, so that makes me real excited. If that amitriptyline doesn't get out of my system anytime soon, I'm gonna flip out. I'm trying to
You gotta
keep.
give it like a month, dude. You gotta give it a month to get out of your system, and then you gotta give it time to fucking. You're on the right path.
I'm trying. I'm trying. Like, you know how if something doesn't work, you're like, fuck this shit. Like, I'm on that. Like,
Yeah.
I'm trying real hard. But Chalene said, don't flip out about the macros. Make protein your first choice. So, like, lentils, edamame. You can do this. You can.
I did so good yesterday. I thought I did. The choices I made, we had those 5 grains. It's got like wheat, barley, and all this other bullshit that I mixed in with quinoa and served on.
Oh my God, you sent me a picture.
Spinach and edamame and sesame seed, toasted sesame seeds with turkey that I made the fucking sauce for with white rice vinegar, white wine vinegar, rice spot, white rice, all these words, all these things.
Yeah.
Kicking ass. And then I thought I had like my protein shake. I had like very minimal handful of nuts. I was like protein. You should have seen my motherfucking fats and carbs and calories yesterday.
See? Mm-hmm.
Oh my, but also those coffees are fucking, that's what I'm having
coffees.
Yeah. Those coffees, because it's the way I make the fucking coffee. Oh, it's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's all clean, but it's fucked up.
Yeah.
I primarily use half and half. And it's like, you measure it out 2 teaspoons. I'm making it in the frother. I half and half creamer fucking coffee. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I was so tired yesterday. I had 2 and I had a headache. So I was like, oh, I'm fucking drinking this coffee today.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, it was all bad.
But still, you're gonna have days like that, and then you're gonna have days where you don't have any coffee at all.
Yes, and hopefully I balance and counteract some of that shit. Yeah.
Yeah. So
I started right too, and they tell you to drink apple cider vinegar before each meal. Oh my God, I wanted to mention this. Which look, it's just put a little bit in the cap, throw that in a glass of water. Not a big glass of water like this. I can go get the cup if you want. Like it's like no bigger than this.
Oh yeah, I know.
Okay, and then 30 minutes before you eat something, and it can lower your glucose levels by 30% for that meal. Yeah, you're just not going to absorb the sugar and the fat from that, because sugar turns into glucose, right? And so does carbs and shit, right? So that that's like a total diet hack. I'm fucking doing it all the time. I'll drink that bitch all day.
I'm gonna pull this right back around to me being a Taurus. Even though I'm only a Taurus ascendant, I swear to God, I cannot eat or drink anything I don't fucking like. I can't even wear something. You know those shirts that sometimes have, I'm not kidding you.
No, you're not.
I'm not.
No, insert Candace's eye roll here. Yeah.
I cannot. I don't care. Health benefit, fuck that. But Scott was telling me that he's eating sauerkraut right now.
Woo!
And I was like, dude, don't even say that word to me. What in the hell? And he's like, no, if you eat it right after you get up, right before you go to bed. I'm like, that's the last thing.
What happens? What are the facts on that?
It is supposed to. Okay, so I had to check pickles, because pickles have live cultures too, but not if the pickles have vinegar in it. So what he's trying to, I know. Pickles,
don't they all?
Apparently not, because the vinegar kills the cultures. So if you go,
what kind of cultures are we looking for here?
The live probiotic cultures.
Okay, so just probiotics in general then.
Yeah.
So it's not the sauerkraut, it's the probiotic.
Yes.
Okay, so what happens if you do this before or after you go to bed?
It changes your gut biome. It helps it to where you just lose the weight, which is, I wonder.
Oh, we'll fuck around and find out. We can do that with yogurt and shit. You can take a probiotic. You can take that in pill form. Best thing you can do that.
I had cottage cheese this morning, so I'm gonna try it out since we're on this protein thing. I'm gonna try it out. Morning and the evening. I'm not eating sauerkraut. Screw that shit. My pickles are Clausen, and I love them. Like, I will drink that pickle juice, and it's just my mouth is literally just like, yes, drink the pickle juice, please.
We need it now.
Oh, yummy. So yeah, I'll just eat cottage cheese, and it says live cultures on the thing.
Yeah, there's I like that first when I first started drinking it. I did not like it, but I do now because I like to torture myself a little bit. I'm that gal. So that Kefir yogurt, it's
Oh yeah,
sour as fuck, but you get the blueberry, the strawberry, it's all groovy.
yeah,
And just take a little shot of that.
yep,
Balance out the biome, the
yeah.
biome,
Oh
but
yeah, go buy them.
biome. I think that's the problem with alcohol. I don't think it's as much as the inebriation. Well, it depends on your shadow work level, but I'm talking physically. I think that's the problem with it is it throws off the biome.
I was wondering that about coffee. I don't want to look that up.
That's why I drink those. If you're gonna drink, do it in the house. No, I'm just mean girls joke. The kombuchas when you're drinking, at least you're getting fucking kombucha. That's gotta the hard kombuchas. At least that's gotta balance out something.
We got half and half. They should have some kind of, I don't know, it's just milk. Paul got me on half and half. At least it has protein in it.
Oh, what's the problem with coffee?
I
Does it
don't
throw
know. I
off
don't want to know. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up. Don't look it up.
How about I just not tell you?
Yeah, right. Yeah, right. You're going to look it
I
up.
have to look it up. What are you saying to me?
I'm wondering if it messes up your gut biome. Oh, this is going to hurt my feelings.
I'm not going to tell you now.
I love coffee so much that I collect coffee cups.
Can I please tell you?
Yeah, it doesn't. It doesn't.
Greater caffeine and coffee intake was associated with the greater evenness and richness of the colonic microbiome.
God, thank you.
Drink your coffee. See, aren't you happy now that I did it? You're happy.
That makes sense because I wasn't going to do it. I was just going to be in denial one way or another. Indigenous cultures, I think they call them blue zone cultures. All of them that are blue zone drink coffee. Probably don't drink it with sugar and half and half.
Yeah, absolutely.
I get it.
Yeah.
But they all the blue zones drink coffee. So that tracks. That makes sense.
Also, there's always something else. I can always find something else. I mean, this says something about the autoimmune conditions associated with leaky gut. We don't have leaky gut. I don't know what that means, but we don't have it. We don't need it. So I don't need to tell you.
Good, great.
I love the intranet.
I love that. I do love my coffee though. Yay. So if you are hearing about protein, I say just take it slow. I really like Chalene Johnson's take on it. She just makes sure she gets some protein. That's the first thing that she does for her meal. Get some fiber in there. Obviously, we've got to eat some rabbit foods, and then she'll get some potatoes. You know what I mean? Unlike that video that you sent me that woman said no potatoes. I thought you were my bestie.
Yeah.
No,
it was God, the acronym was good, but now I can't remember what it was. GPS.
Grains,
potatoes, and sugars. That's the one that hurt my feelings. We know the more I hear it, the sugar is not a thing.
Yeah, I know.
But go.
Screw that lady. Potatoes grow in the ground. Like those are normal. Sugar.
There's other types of potatoes as well, like sweet potatoes, yams, that purple potato that's I think Japanese is supposedly really good. Can't remember the name. That's a moderation thing. The grains, I don't know. I keep hearing things about grains like not being now. She was saying because most of the grains are unnatural. The ones I've been talking about, I could go get the bag. I think I'm out though. It's like a 5 grain. They're all natural. I don't even know. I'd have to show you.
If it's a whole oat, it's a whole oat.
Yeah.
So I think she's just on I was going to call it a Peloton diet. What is it? Paleo. She's very paleo.
Here it is. They're made by Full Circle Market. I love that fucking brand. Mm-hmm. They're almost always safe, and they almost always scan on Yuka too. If you don't know Yuka, it's an app you can download to see what preservatives and other bullshit are in your foods. It breaks down the calories and all that stuff. I'm not sponsored by them, but boy, would I love to be.
I mean,
I'll talk, dude. I'll talk about them once an episode until they sponsor us.
Or just go live your best life,
or just go live your best life. But it's fun. I'm in the store and I'm like, pew 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 pew. I have so many people scanning things now. It's part of our lingo. I said, does it scan? My aunt scans now. Brian scans.
Delilah.
She's like, but does it scan, mommy? It's lit. But anyways, Full Circle Market. It's called Quick Cook 5 Grains. And it's got, and I buy this other one that's got peas and barleys and lentils in it. But this one's got brown rice, barley, long grains, and something I can't fucking pronounce, and whole oats. I mean, they're whole. So I'm mixing this with quinoa, just a little bit of it. Mix it with the quinoa. I mean, that's I don't know. I'm not good at the nutrition thing. That's like something that's not in my wheelhouse. There's certain things I can pick up. That's just, it's not a thing for me.
I think that's why I like the macros. Like, I'm not paying attention so much to carbs and fats, but I know that I'm getting fat. Heck, even edamame, which has a lot of protein, has fat and carbs in it. You know what I mean?
Yeah. And there's always like a side to every side.
Yeah.
The other side of that is, my cousin was saying, he's like way more versed in the nutrition get up that I am. And he was saying, like, you don't want the soy in that, especially for males. A lot of soy, high in soy. We don't want, so I fuck if I remember. All I remember, I'm not good. I'm telling you, I'm not good at this shit. What I am good at is remembering like what they said I could not do. And it was, don't eat a lot of fucking soybeans, because I love edamame beans.
I do know that they do have fat in them. So half a cup a day is like the biggest. I don't know. I just looked up real
Oxalates. I don't know what that even means. That's not what he was talking about though. He was talking about it when it came to the, oh, here we go. Well, okay. Well, there's a list: digestive issues, anti-nutrients, GMOs, danger to babies, feminizing effects in men, thyroid function, cancer. I mean, it's a fucking plant, right? It just, everything is moderation. You can't eat like all the turkey. You can't eat like all the fish. There's mercury in fish, but fish is really good for this, but it's not, I mean, it's just, there's so much dichotomy in fucking everything.
Mm-hmm.
It's
hard to
all
say.
Moderation. It's all got to be moderation.
Yep.
So
Also, you may not need isoflavones now, but apparently they raise your estrogen. And right now for me, that might be, now this is something else I'm gonna have to research.
I know, and I don't have the spoons.
No, that's a me thing.
For this type of shit. I know, I'm just saying, when it comes to researching, I mean, I'll look it up for you, but I don't have the deep dive on the nutrition thing. I wish I did, because it's so good, but it's so much deeper, and it ends up being science and physiology, and that's just not in my brain. It's not my niche, dude.
Yeah, no, I'm super curious about this, because edamame is like,
I know. Me too. I mean, all day I could eat them all day.
I will do that. Yeah. We got through.
Yeah, you do the research on that and you get back to me.
Yep. One thing that I wanted to just wrap this up with today, this may not have seemed like a very spiritual talk, but being human just in itself is spiritual. Like, we have to, like, me not being able to fit into my shorts that I fit into last summer, it's very difficult for me anyway to be able to, transcend life when I feel like I felt like Keanu Reeves there, like oh my God, Brian,
cool. I'm just watching it.
Please look up Keanu Reeves.
We can do a side-by-side image of him next to you.
I'm telling you, man, he's doing a whole thing. He's doing a whole diatribe.
Anyway. We should say that this is, I mean, obviously we're going to do some spiritual chats. But I think that's going to be a very natural flow for us, but a lot of human experience shit. Yeah. And it wouldn't be called Off the Rails with Christina and Candace if it fucking wasn't.
No doubt on that.
I think it's all groovy. Bringing that back.
For joining.
Huh? Yeah, thank you guys. I said groovy, and we're bringing that back.
Yes. Oh my God, you didn't do your conspiracy with Candace today.
I know. I don't know. It's weird. As soon as we start talking about wanting to present a conspiracy, I haven't really had a good one.
Ah!
I mean, there's always something good. You know, we'll leave it with this thing. Facebook has been closed
Yeah, I'm
and
curious.
unavailable for hours and hours and hours.
Even I'm curious.
Yeah. And I didn't get to do any research yet.
Yeah.
But let's see, and it's let's see, March 5th, 2024. Biggest shutdown they've had in some odd years, at least. Yeah, forever. If you go read about why it happened, they give you the vaguest fucking answer, but this is hours into I mean, barely, it's brand new. But I would like to know, or if somebody else is super into research, also what's going on at the time. It's
Oh, no, I can tell you.
in the news, I mean, in the world.
No, yeah. It's Super Tuesday.
What does that mean?
Okay, today is the primaries. Now, I don't know a lot about it because I don't know a lot about politics.
Oh, stop it.
Yeah,
No
today's the primary.
way.
So certain.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah.
And you're going to tell me now this is Christina's conspiracy corner.
I know.
Fuck around and find out.
I know.
Y'all, this is such a big moment for me. She's not normally very interested in conspiracies. And boy, we've roped her in. We've really done it, you guys.
So this one. We're
gonna go back in and edit and add like a little counter. And then we can do like a celebration of how many we've gotten her in.
It does,
and you got me in on this. Oh boy, is it? What did you call it? What kind of Tuesday?
Super Tuesday.
Super Tuesday.
Here's the weird thing. While we're already talking about it, the thing about it is, it pretty much, no matter what side you're on, like, we accept everybody here. Okay, so you can be, oh boy, Monty doesn't,
and she's out for a minute. Oh boy, I mean, I'm not gonna say, I mean, I am. I mean, you know, if you don't like my political thing too, you know, we don't have to agree. We can still, oh, come here, baby. We don't have to agree to chit chat. Politically speaking though, we're looking at the delegates and how, and I'm not good at any of this either. This is not my forte, but Donald Trump is leading with 273 fucking delegates. He needs 1,215 to go to get the gosh dang goddamn nomination. Updated at 10:01. This was just updated. The next closest person is Nikki Haley. Don't even know who that is. With 43 fucking delegates. Dude, oh man.
DeSantis dropped out January. So now I'm not.
Yeah, on the 21st. All these other people dropped out. The only other one even up is Nikki Haley. So the rest have literally dropped out. What does that even mean?
That's what I'm saying is Trump pretty much has a straight. So that's what I'm saying is I'm not sure. I'm not sure why.
Straight shots of being president again?
No. This is just for who is going to be the nominee for Republican and who's going to be the nominee for the Democrats. Okay,
I'm glad this one, you know how you like kind of ostrich on some of the things, you know, like the C word in Louisiana. This is a big one for me. I don't know enough about it, but I still get triggered.
Yeah.
And there's so much, the families go back and forth on it. Man, this is what we should have fucking talked about, is this shit.
We can talk about it tomorrow. We're going to know how it comes out.
Oh boy. What?
Yeah. And anyway, it's just, whether you like them or not, Trump and Biden are the lead runners. Like they just are.
That's just like,
so that's, you know, that's the weird thing about Facebook being down is like, if you go into conspiracy world, very curious what TikTok and people are saying in your little conspiracy groups, very curious what they think, but they're already the front runners, so why would anything need to be taken down?
Because maybe there's something else going on that would miss. I don't know, I'm not as good at putting them together, but I'm definitely good at falling down those fucking holes.
Yeah.
In fact, I would, look at this, you're letting me rock this. In fact, I would jump in to a hole if I see it. Exactly, we're going in and we go hard.
Head first. Let's go.
Okay, yeah, let's do a little wrap it up.
Wrapping?
We got poopies, so.
Oh boy!
We gotta go.
We're wrapping it up. Here, look, Ryan can do like a little crossroads.
Yeah.
I swear, speaking of spirituality, I swear I can smell him.
The baby?
Yep.
The poopies?
Yep. I swear.
No, when I was doing that, we were doing Aries car yesterday in AZ.
Yeah.
And I kept getting so much peppermint. I could fucking taste it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
That's interesting. Well, I kept getting that. So we did a once a month. I think it's the first Monday. Was yesterday the first Monday? Yeah. The first Monday of the month in Awkwardly Zen on Meetup. There's a free channeling group where we just go and practice. And Ari normally uses her pictures or her stuff, and she put up a picture of a vehicle. I kept getting the puppy. I kept getting the smell of the puppy, the feel of the puppy, the blanket that he was on, like the windows being, I really think that I probably channeled the puppy. Like the puppy was so happy with the windows being down. Like that's all I could feel in the happiness. And you just got a shit ton of peppermint.
I could fuck it. I just kept, and I kept writing down peppermint. I was like, okay, and that was like really minty. Okay, sweet mint. Like, yeah, enough about the fucking mint.
Yeah.
So we heard that. We got mint. It's there. Yeah.
Move on.
It's musky. Yeah.
I love that. I love that. I really do. If you guys are interested in channeling, I really do like that group. Plus, I mean, I feel like I've grown. You have exponentially. You've paid for that. What's her name? Janet.
That was totally different. It was a different way of growing. She's even saying she's got to reframe the name on it because it's not, that's channeling practice to me. What you and I are talking about. Her thing, I want to say it's like opening your heart space because you're making a room for that growth. But if you do not have that open, just like that girl said in that post that I was reading about, she says the same thing. Your heart space needs to be open. Crystal Eagle, whoever that is.
Nice. I like that.
Yeah, it says the same thing.
That. So everybody, especially with the conspiracy theories today, election, I know politics can be a little crazy. Go open your heart space. Give some people that are different from you some love. They might be different, but they're still human. You know, none of us are perfect. Okay, we're letting Candace go.
Give yourself love. Give yourself love.
I always forget that one.
So I was like, give it to yourself, bestie. Give it to yourself. Giving it to yourself is the best you can give to anybody else.
That's smart. Yeah. Yep.
We need to work on work on yourself. Straight up. Yeah.
There you go. Perfect.
Bye.